We are going to make a dilution by using a 25 milliliter volumetric flask, and we're going to take our concentrated solution and we're going to measure that out in a volumetric pipette, a 10 ml volumetric pipette. So I have an iron solution that is 0.2 molar, and I'm going to pipette my liquid up into my volumetric pipette. Make sure that your tip is all the way in the liquid. I wasn't watching that. And you bring your bottom of the meniscus to the top of that line at eye level. So I'm swishing down to eye level. And once I have that, I'm going to transfer that to my volumetric flask. Put on the release and let the liquid drain into the volumetric flask. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to dilute up my solution. Now that I have my concentrated solution in my volumetric flask, I'm going to dilute that up with my solvent. Sometimes your solvent is water, and sometimes it is a different solution depending on what kind of dilution you are trying to do. So what I'm going to do is, it's easier to pour your solution, and I'm pouring nitric acid, 0.1 molar nitric acid as my solvent into my volumetric flask. So I'm gently pouring this, but I'm going to stop before I get to the neck. Okay. So I have my liquid up to about here. It's very pale yellow. And then the rest of it, I'm going to do it by dropper. Only because if I go past that line that's on the meniscus there, it's going to affect my results. And this dropper is not very good. In fact, it's not picking up anything. Okay, we're going to switch droppers because this dropper is not working. So I'm going to take the liquid here and slowly, drop by drop, bring this level of the liquid in the volumetric flask. So the bottom of the meniscus to the top of that line. At eye level. All right. Okay. So there we go. That's and then what we have to do, what's very important, is this neck of the glass, this volumetric, you can't mix. So once go ahead and put your stopper into the volumetric flask, gently twist it so it doesn't come up. Just gently, and then you're going to invert it, so where the air bubble goes up to the bottom and to the top, and you want to invert this at least 10 to 15 times. That way you want to make sure that your solution is completely mixed, because that neck of the flask, you cannot mix in that neck of the flask, so you have to invert it completely to get it to mix. That's probably about 7. This is 8, 9, and 10. Let it just sit there for a little bit. Now some of the liquid is caught at the top, so it looks like the meniscus is a little bit down. If I release that a little bit, it will go down, and then it has to drain. But this is how you make a dilution in your volumetric flask.